the lovely hazards of getting all these phone calls and everything right in the middle of when I'm supposed to be doing other shit.
Right.
Anyway, so I shared in the group call today. I got on because I wanted to get on and say something about gratitude, because people who minimize the things that they receive, it was really brought to light to me because that father got back to me. And when he got back to me, do you know what he said?
Thank you. Or what is this magic you've done?
It would have been nice if he'd said thank you, but what he said was, he said, ironically, he's had this sudden turnaround. It's really only about 50 to 60%. He says, I'm open to anything you can offer. And I just observe, I'm not mad, or I don't really have an emotion attached to it. I just know where he's at. Yeah. And his son is so much more evolved than he is, that his son is going to teach him.
Yeah. And
I just wrote back and I said, well, Taylor's going to be okay. I said that that you and I had gotten in there. I said I felt like it was an emergency, so I said I did do that work the other day, and thank you for letting me know that he's doing better. His Facebook post, on the other hand, is all elated. Major improvement overnight. My son did this and this. So what I brought up in the group was the fact that when you minimalize or marginalize what you receive, in other words, when you think, oh, well, thanks, but I wish it'd been more, or wow, well, it's not really enough, you actually block the manifestation for more.
Yeah. Yeah.
And that's what I shared in the group today. And I was sort of like floored that he said what he did about his son, because that's a freaking flippin' miracle.
Yeah.
It is.
Yeah. It feels like more than 50 or 60% to me.
Oh my God. It's huge.
Right. I mean, because he was blocked to healing because of all of the swelling. So all the healing that he could have been doing for the last couple of weeks is going to happen now.
That's right. And he was also blocked because he had a block for, and this is not on a conscious level for him. It's all consciousness, but it wasn't in his immediate psyche, which actually has to do with the decision and the choice and moving forward. And, that's just totally cleared out. So,
yeah.
Need my water. 1 second.
All right.
I was like, I just, I was sort of in shock. But I know what that is. It's because Dad doesn't want to tell me thank you. It's because Dad can't acknowledge that a miracle happened.
Right.
It's because Dad cannot acknowledge the light and love, the presence of God, higher power, source, whatever you want to call it.
Sure.
He can't acknowledge that for whatever reason. And I get it. It's okay. But at any rate, yeah. So anytime you marginalize these things, wow.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah, like being able to see the metaphysics of it all is not something that a vast majority of the people on the planet are capable of doing. So
Well, I'm really kind of thinking that there are subsets of people, what we call people here on this planet. And you have what is called indigenous. And I don't mean indigenous by Native American or, Indians or anything like that anywhere. I mean indigenous to the planet.
Mm-hmm.
have those that are indigenous to the planet, and then you have those that are sort of like traveler transplant to the planet. And I feel that we are guides that have been placed on the planet, and that the indigenous of this planet are in this process of trying to awaken,
Right.
and they don't have this necessarily capability, but they can do it. They can make a transformation. I mean, I know I don't feel like I'm from here at all. And I mean, Michelle said I wasn't. She confirmed that when I told her, I said, I don't feel like I'm from here. I said, I don't fit in anywhere. I don't feel like I'm from
Yeah.
here.
Same.
You know?
I don't fit in here.
Yeah. And so anyway, I know I'm taking up time for the appointment. We're yakking, but
Well, this is probably important to, you know, to what we're going to be dealing with today.
okay.
So, with the maybe the process that I'm going to give you, because, uh, you know, not, you know, feeling uh, like I agree with you. You know how they say that there are aliens on the planet disguised as humans? It's true, and it's us, right?
Yeah.
Right? We're star children. And even though I've been told that I've been coming here repeatedly, I've been one of these space holders. Not everybody that I know who's in my circle right now feels that same way as I do. And I feel like that's why I feel especially, you know, alone. You know, I've been coming here a lot, and a lot of the people that I know who are in my close circle right now aren't people that have been doing that with me.
Mhm.
So, you know, and my friend John, he calls them the Gaians. You know, the regular Gaians. They're the ones that are the ones that are stuck right now.
Yes.
Yeah, they're all stuck.
The earth people.
So yeah, the the native earthlings. So it's happened before where the alien DNA came in to help with evolving, and and you know, now we're doing it again, except we're bringing in spiritual DNA. So you know, everybody has it. It's just getting them to access it.
Exactly. And that's where that, well, I know for me on my end, that's where that biological coding, you know, comes from. And with this young man, he actually is not from here.
Yeah.
I feel like 100% on that now. The more that I kind of, but his parents are.
Yeah. I wonder about mom and dad too, like if they're from here or not. I don't know.
You know, though, what's really, really interesting is when you look, when you think about our family in general, you and I are revolutionaries.
Yeah. Yeah, we are.
Family is all derived from revolutionaries. Whether we
Yeah.
agree with patterns or what have you, but for the time and coming forward, all has been derived from revolutionary activity.
Yeah, that's true. And the whole energy of California, you know, the people that come to California are the extra risk takers. I had this conversation with my friends when I was in Ireland. You know, like if the world would would be would really have some quality people behind them if we could really get America to wake up, if we could get your general Americans to wake up, because it's in their story that they are risk takers and for a better life.
Yes.
And willing to put their life on the line. I feel that's why we're so squeezed here, you know, where in other countries it's not that way. They're just trying to keep us as small as possible. Because
Right.
as soon as we realize, you know, all of us, how big we are, um, then the people who are really in control are, they're not going to be safe.
No, well, they're already on their way out. They know it. And it's,
I don't think they know it yet, but
well,
I think
feel
they're feeling it. They're
the threat.
concerned.
Yeah, exactly. They feel it. And the thing is that there ain't no stopping us now.
No, it's done. As soon as, and this is in a book that I started reading. I haven't finished it. It's called The End of All Evil. When they actually start to outwardly begin to suppress, that's when you know they've lost, because they've lost the ability to manipulate and feed, spoon feed lies. So people aren't believing the lies anymore, so they crack down in other ways. So that's when you know you've won, because as soon as people start to wake up, then they start to fight back.
That's right.
Then when they realize there's no other way than to fight back, then they do.
And I wanted to let you know that whole thing in New York on 4/5, a judge overturned that.
I saw that.
All those parents sued.
Yeah.
And they fought back, and it's been overturned. So, but it's a good example of what the game plan is.
Yeah, it is. So you know what's happening here in California, right?
Well, I know they're trying to get rid of all the exemptions.
Right, and they want to backdate it. So any exemptions that were granted earlier, they want to nullify.
Yep.
And that's what we have to thank that Senator Pan for. It's him. He's the one leading the charge.
He needs to be first in line to get re-inoculated for everything.
Everything. All 70 million vaccines. If they're so safe, you get them all right now.
That's right. You stand up first in line, and then we'll all go.
Yeah.
Okay, fine.
Well, anyhow, some of this has been pertinent and some of it hasn't, but let's focus on you now. I do feel like the things that you needed to talk about in the beginning, that's important that you bring that up. And first, I just want to check in and see how you've been doing with getting your information and maintaining your balance.
Actually, that's way, way, way better. And in fact, I use that tie-in to the core, the infinity, and this constant channeling of this gold. I use that consistently and I find that I have not had any heart palpitations.
Yay.
They're gone. They're gone. Yeah, totally gone. I haven't had any now for a while. Yeah. So, but I use that consistently. I'm doing really well with my information, and as far as I'm concerned, I'm a little fuzzy for my own information. For others, I'm really, really very clear. Especially, I mean, take for example the latest case with that kid.
Right.
And my tuning into him immediately, and like, oh my gosh, I got to go see this guy. And then it just got to the point of, oh my gosh, I can't wait. And and thankfully you jumped in with me on that. And wow, look what we did. I mean, we didn't do it, but through our conduit, through our channel, this young man has received a healing that will change his life.
Yeah.
It did change his life.
Yeah.
So that part I'm feeling really, really good about. My own clarity for myself, I'm a little less clear. I'm not really sure what I'm doing right now. I haven't made any videos. I haven't done any work. All I've done is that work with that young man and work with other people and just sort of sharing my position. So I don't know if that answers your question.
Yeah. So, well, what I'm seeing is that you have a massive transition that you're in the middle of. So as soon as you move into something like that, it gets confusing about, interpreting and processing your own information. That's why I gave you that other process. So you want to make sure that you're in the stream of your avatar energy, not your human energy, when you ask for information. So that's why I said, check for the answer for Puerto Rico using, that process that puts you in your own stream of higher avatar energy. So, and I like that word, that's one of Karina's words, and I'm using it because we are, this body, is our avatar, right? It's like in the movie Avatar, the guy goes into this other body and he exists in it, and it becomes part of him. And this is part of who we are, but we are, more directly something else. And if you stay with that, and use that stream for getting your own information, just start with like some yes no questions, and that way you can just like let it go, just let it go and use your pendulum and be in that stream and start with some yes no questions, things that you are feeling confused about what you should be doing right now. So, just so that you can get rid of the confusion. That feels like the first thing you need to do is make a list of everything you're confused about. Should I be doing this, whatever? And then just ask, is this something that I need to do? And if you get a yes for it, then move it over to another column. And then if you have a no, just like get rid of it, cross it out. But once you get all of the list of yeses, then ask to prioritize it.
Okay, so use my pendulum connected to my highest.
Yeah, and then ground it into the ground that and anchor it into the earth so that you get that yeah.
My future self grounded into
Right.
my pendulum with my future self avatar. And grounded.
Yeah.
Earth. I'm just going to write infinity here because then I'll know exactly.
Yeah. And then just use that, like I said, use that to, ask all of you the things that you're confused about. And when you then dump the things that it says no to, that's going to help. And whatever is a yes, then once you get all the yeses grouped together, then start going through each one with the pendulum and figure out, okay, which one's first, and hover over each of them and wait for a yes or no. Which one's first, and then go, okay, which one's next, and which one's next, and which one's next. So that way you have an order of operations, and you don't have to it'll free you up to just feel more comfortable about what it is that you're doing. And I use that process or something similar to it when I feel like I have a lot of things to do. I check in and because I'm in a place of trust with that, I don't always use my pendulum. I just like go, okay, what first, or what do I need to do today? And sometimes I do that. I was just like, what do I need to do today? And I don't even worry about the whole list. It's just like, whatever it is I need to do today, that's what I do.
Right. Yeah, for a while I was getting like a download for what I needed to do each day, but I'm not getting that now. But I've had all these things happening, all these different things that I'm dealing with. I mean, it's not really dealing with, but it's just like, we had Kelly's situation. Then we found out, I reached out on this house again because I'd really like to get it out from under. And I reached out to Karen's father-in-law who does this. Turns out my house has been zoned as all zoned as condo. So somebody fucking miszoned our property. Right. No wonder I couldn't get refied. So he's working on that, trying to figure it out. It looks like I'm gonna, all these things are coming out. And then I have this thing with, and now I got jury duty too.
Oh my God.
I know, I got jury duty like the 6th of May. And I'm planning on coming for Caitlin's thing. And I want to come a few days early and hang out because I have to drive back on the 5th now.
Right.
Anyway, so I have a lot of activity going on.
Well, you'd be surprised sometimes if you purposefully check in, you'd be surprised what you're going to be told to do. Okay. So I've had days where I've checked in and instead of work, I get told to do like some of the things like what you're talking about. It's like, oh, well, today this is what you need to prioritize. It won't be work related at all. Okay. It's like, you need to clean the bathroom today.
Yeah.
That's what I get told. And then other days it's like, well, you need to exercise and you need to read a book on the porch and take a relaxation day.
Yeah.
I get told those sorts of things.
Okay.
So remember to if you want to clear up your confusion you can do that, but purposefully check in. Don't wait to be told. Check in. So the universe sees you having to do all of these tasks. And if you check in and say, this is with the choice that I'm on my purposeful life path, what do I do today? You'd be surprised what you might get told. You might get told that you are supposed to eat snacks and watch Game of Thrones all day. You'd be surprised because, you need to fill your own cup. You need to have your space in a way that works for you to work in it, that makes you feel good. You need to feel good. You can't always frantically be trying to get stuff done.
Yeah. Well, I know the other day, it's like I had so much crap to do, and the whole thing I got was, no, you just need to clean your workspace.
Yeah. So honor that. That's real. So
I did. You should see it. It's like, it's all put away.
That's great. Yeah. I'm happy for you.
And I'm actually a lot more productive.
A clean workspace is a productive workspace. Okay. So, I received a download for a process for how to make requests and actually receive back from the earth. So what happens is we go up, Father Sky is guidance, it gives us guidance. And then we direct that down to the earth and the earth is what gives us resources. So so that's that infinity again, and where it meets in the middle in our heart. You know, this is where the idea gets drawn down, you know, gets, you know, meets here and connects with the energy of creation and receiving. So it gets drawn down to the earth, and in that connection we receive back from the earth all of the resources, all of them. When it doesn't matter what it is, the resource could be time, could be other people, it could be money, it could be food, it could be building materials. You know, it could be the obvious things, food and building materials. You know, but it's all of the other things too. It's 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 a new car. It's the people that you need to meet. It's the ability to purchase the products that you want or need. So it's everything. So um, so the process. So I want to lead you through the process of taking that down. So we make the mistake of going up for the request. You know, we ask God, and God is basically in our culture, God is Father Sky. And the mother, though, here, our Mother Gaia, she's here. She's our physical goddess. You know, Father Sky is, you know, etheric, and that's where it's hard for me to describe this, but that's where the light bulb goes on, right? But what you do once you receive the light depends on your earth connection. So you've illuminated everything. I see it now. Now I want to create it. So now I need to make a request for these resources. We request down. So we're just going to go through a visualization for that, and I'm going to use a tree. So the trees it's a perfect way to do it. Okay, so if you're ready, go ahead and close eyes. Take some deep breaths from your heart space. See your heart light in the center of your heart expand as you breathe. And that light grows and fills your heart, your body, the room that you're in, the earth, as far out as you'd like it to go, the solar system. And now bring that light down, the prime source light, the Father Sky light. And see it as a rainbow. It's a rainbow light. It's all the colors. And that is moving down into your heart now. And beyond, down through your other chakras, down through your feet, and wrapping around the earth's molten lava core, where our Mother Goddess Earth sends her nurturing, loving energy back up to us. The energy of receiving, and as it passes back down again with the energy of giving. And now that we are connected with the above and the below, see yourself walking on a path in a forest. And as you walk down this path, you round a corner. There's a bend in the path. And as you come around that bend, you see the most amazing tree. And it is illuminated by this beautiful golden aura. And this is your tree. This is your tree of guidance and creation and abundance. And as you walk up to your tree, spread your arms around it. And your tree spreads her arms around you and engulfs you with her essence and her energy, pulling you inside. And you are now part of the tree. And you can even lift your arms up and feel her branches and feel the warmth coming in through the leaves, the creation of nutrients from pure air, and those flow down you and down the tree into the roots of the tree, which are now your roots. And the tree passes this vital energy that is needed for the ground through her body. And you do the same. And this is the energy of guidance, of creation, creativity, of giving. And it passes into the earth. And along with that energy and the nutrients that the earth needs, the requests that we have, the actual tangible gifts of what we would like to create through service and love and truth and power, those pass into the soil. And when the tree does this, she passes it into the fungal network. And you can do that too. Then it will spread. It will spread to every other tree and throughout the entire land. And you will have the entire planet working for you to bring back to you what it is that you require, the things that you need. So send those requests down right now. What would you like to have more of? I'm requesting the types of clients that I would like: awake, spiritually, earth-based clients who want to pay me. So when you do this, just know that the request has gone out. And by being in the flow of the tree, you have chosen to be in the stream of the energy of your soul purpose. And by doing that, and by doing it through service and love and truth and empowerment, you will receive back so that you can continue to be in service and love and truth and empowerment during your soul purpose journey on this earth. The earth is here to add the fuel needed for the fire of the soul purpose. So when you feel like you are done sending out the requests that you have right now, you can begin to move out of your tree. You will just start to separate. And you will find yourself again standing outside of your tree, fully in that rainbow infinity energy still. And know that you can come back to this tree anytime to help aid in making requests for all of the resources that come from the earth.
Having a little hard time getting out of the tree.
Well, maybe you're not done.
Tree.
I know. Well, you can always go back to the tree.
This huge tree.
I had a huge tree too.
I mean, I couldn't even see the top of my tree.
Oh, wow. Yeah, that's pretty cool. Yeah.
I was gonna hug my tree, but I can't get my arms around my tree. So big.
Yeah, I know. That was, yeah, and mine was a giant sequoia. So I never really saw the whole thing.
Had this really huge oak,
Nice.
big giant oak tree.
That's cool.
So I basically actually had the same request as you did when you said yours. That's pretty much what I put in there because it's related to the right kind of client and then
Yeah.
more income and money coming my way.
And I'd recommend, just so that you can calm down, clear up the confusing things first. And then just see what it is that you need to do with the rest of your day, or maybe you don't need to do anything else with the rest of your day.
I haven't done my taxes yet, so
Oh my God.
I will. I'm actually going to do that first because I am a little frenetic right now, and just because I've had so many things.
Excuse me.
Bouncing.
Yeah.
I'll have to see if I should do that video. I actually wanted to do a video on gratitude, and it's like, how thankful are you?
Right.
Actually,
It could be coming up for you because you do. You need to put that out there. It's not just people in awakening to your sacred feminine wealth that need to hear. That's everybody.
and you know what? It's actually, Amanda, if it's okay, I'd like to share that, with you. this aspect of what you're doing with, you know, your body, um, being in gratitude for your healing because you actually have received.
Yeah.
And so when it's frustration with not having more of it, it puts a block on.
Yeah.
You
I understand what you're saying. I'm just not sure.
understand?
I'm not sure what my next step should be. And really what I need to get over is that well, let me stop the recording here.